Hello and welcome to the 1v1 bot tournament hosted by myself and Kosob. I'm doing this rather early in the morning because it's going to be hotter than the center of the sun today, and yeah, that's all I wanted to say, I believe. Introduce yourself, Kosob.
Well, I'm playing Corky this game. I got clairvoyance just to check up on Ryzebot, to see if he's not glitching as well.
Pretty sure I can see that, but sure. Alright, so in this game we have ourselves Ryzebot against Alistarbot in the semi-finals. The winner of this is going to go on against the winner of between Nunubot and Severebot, which I'm actually not going to spoil for you, despite you probably already knowing about it. Ryzebot has purchased himself a Doran's ring, but I can't see what Alistarbot has purchased, though I can press D and check it out, and he's bought himself a Magi pendant, so the same build as we've expected them. There's a little bit of we're not entirely sure who we think is going to win in this game. Most people believe that Ryzebot's actually going to come ahead just because he has a great lane pushing and he does a lot of damage, but I personally have a feeling that Alistarbot is going to pull ahead. I can feel that Alistarbot is actually going to push lanes and stuff like that. When in the game against Soraka, we saw him. He would attack towers when most other people wouldn't attack towers. This gives him a unique advantage over Ryzebot because he's actually bold. I think that could give him an early advantage with pushing lanes and could end up solidifying the win for him. What's your take on that?
I personally think Ryzebot is going to win because of his burst, and I think he could outpush him, push Alistair.
These are all entirely possible, and only time will tell. The creep waves are moving into position, and Alistarbot is not in my sights yet, but Ryzebot, and they're all engaging. Let's see how the creep score goes. Alistarbot's already getting some early creep kills. He got his first creep kill, but so did Alistarbot. There was a little bit of an engagement, and Alistarbot took a fair amount of health. The creep score is actually 2 to Ryzebot and 1 to Alistarbot, but Ryzebot's not attacking that mob, and he does some extra damage to Alistarbot. This could be an early death for Alistarbot. If he keeps standing around, he could get killed, but no, he backs off because he's low health, and Ryzebot just keeps standing there. And now he's casting. He just got himself a whole bunch of creep score, 5 to 1. This is an early advantage for Ryzebot. This is what everyone's been expecting. Even myself, I saw this coming. And Ryzebot's pushing towards the tower with Alistarbot being nowhere that I can see, and he appears to have gone back. Is this true?
Yes, he's going back into the fountain.
That's highly unfortunate. He's losing a ton of experience. Ryzebot is already level 3, and Alistarbot only being like 1.5 probably. But there's an engagement at the tower, and there's no damage going to the tower, only 15 damage so far. So it's not going to be too much. It's going to get pushed back, and if Alistarbot comes right now, it could actually snowball a little bit towards him. Alistarbot takes a little bit of damage, not too much, probably about 20 damage, but he's getting himself glitched in this corner a little bit, which is going to allow him to take a little bit of extra damage. And Alistarbot comes right up. If he has his stun, he could move up, stun Ryzebot, and actually kill him, but he's not going to. He's just going to keep attacking the mobs. And Ryzebot is actually blue pilling, which is highly unfortunate because he's going to allow Alistarbot to catch up. And there we go. Alistarbot is catching up. He's got the lane. Will he get level 3? And yes, he's killing creeps and all that. The creep scores are currently 9 to 5 actually, and Ryzebot bought himself an extra boots of speed. This is good because it will allow him to push Alistarbot a lot easier because he can't run away. But at the moment he's just kind of catching up to the lane, meanwhile Alistarbot is pushing the lane. However, if he manages to push this lane to the tower, he will do significant damage. That's what he does. Well, I believe that's what he's doing, but he's getting himself glitched on the spot a little bit, which is silly. And there's an engagement going on up at top, and he's still spinning on the spot. What is he doing? He's going insane, and Ryzebot actually backs up. And bot tower actually took itself a large amount of damage. I'm surprised that Alistarbot didn't back up to defend it. Maybe he actually learned from his mistakes, and that backing up to defend towers isn't the most intelligent thing. But he's coming to defend the tower. He's right there, yep. But this means free experience for both of them. Not one person's going to push over the other one. But Ryzebot is pushing top. Yeah, he's pushing top. Just trying to figure out which one's going to win, and of course it's going to be Ryzebot because he's there. And Alistarbot, I'm going to assume, is coming back up. My clairvoyance is actually on cooldown, so I'm not too sure. But yeah, Ryzebot is actually pushing this lane, and he's got himself a nice snowball of creeps, which is going to allow him to push towards that tower, and hopefully for my sake, that Alistarbot actually manages to defend quite nicely. Bot is actually snowballing a little bit towards purple, which means it's going to get to the tower, and that's going to force Ryze back, if he does what he's always seemed to do. Alistarbot is nowhere to be seen for me. I have no clue where he is. Is he back?
No, he's glitching near Lizard, if you want a clairvoyance, if you can.
I already popped my clairvoyance. Yeah, he apparently is glitching around here. That's highly unfortunate. This could be such a major disadvantage, because Ryzebot is level 6, which means he has his ult. He can push his tower, but there's some damage on the tower, which means that Alistarbot is going to turn around and actually come defend it. But Ryzebot already has a huge advantage and is doing a large amount of damage to the tower. Alistarbot's getting a few hits off, a single hit off on Ryzebot. Ryzebot backs up to go defend his bot tower. Can Alistarbot push this lane back really quick and maybe do some damage to the tower? I really hope that he can do it, because that would make me look like less of an arsehole. Oh, and bot tower. I love this. What happens is the person will come defend bot lane when the tower gets attacked, and by the time they get there, the tower has already defended itself. It's just such a waste of time. I find it very frustrating as not only an observer, but as a player, because it's just, it doesn't call for it, and you're putting yourself so far behind, allowing Alistarbot to push up. If Alistarbot gets level 6, that could be a nice advantage for him. Well, not advantage, but evening it out, of course. But Ryzebot's actually backing up, though I have a feeling he's actually going to go around, take the long path back. And yes, I was correct, he wasn't going to purchase any items. And speaking of items, Alistarbot hasn't purchased any items, but Alistarbot has 1038 health. Meanwhile, Ryzebot only has 996. Alright, so he's not that far behind. He's only 42 health behind. But Alistarbot gets himself another level, so he's now about 100 ahead. Anyway, so Alistarbot is pushing top lane, and Ryzebot comes to defend. He pops his ult and does a large amount of damage to Alistarbot. Alistarbot gets a single hit off on him, but he doesn't do any of his abilities. He actually stops in the middle of nowhere, allowing the creeps to chase. He's not doing too much. I'm starting to become unconfident with my decision on who's going to win, because Alistarbot isn't doing anything. This is the same Alistarbot we saw against Ryzebot, just doing nothing at all. He's not even healing himself. That's so bad. I'm not happy with this at all. Alistarbot should be doing some stuff, but he's not. I'm sure he's probably waiting to save his abilities for when I apparently come out and start trying to kill him, but I'm not going to do that. Ryzebot actually pushes back, and yeah, I think this is going to be fairly easy. I really cannot see how he will lose this. Alistarbot isn't getting a chance to push back, and Ryzebot is doing a fair amount of damage to the tower, and I have no clue where he is. Where's Alistarbot at the moment?
He was walking back to the fountain, but now he's walking up through the jungle to top tower.
Alright, so it's coming to defend the tower, as I might imagine. So give us a little comment on what you think's going on.
Alistarbot is just doing nothing. He has only got the Mechie pen, it hasn't gone back. He just keeps wandering around the jungle, losing experience, letting Ryze push. So yeah, I think this is an early GG.
Yeah, I think this is going to be... It might drag out for a little bit but I don't know. With Ryze vs Yebot and Alistar vs Ryzebot and even Sivir vs Nunubot, it's been because there's been a push back and forward, but I don't see there's any point that... oh, I'm going to get disconnected soon apparently. But I don't think there's any point where Alistar's going to start pushing back, so I think it's just going to be... It's going to be a slow eventual death for Alistar, and I hope it doesn't take too long, because it could get rather boring. But yeah, this sucks, because I had my bets wrong. But yeah, I don't really know what else to say. He's about to lose his tower. If he comes to defend, he can't really do much unless Ryzebot actually changes target, which he doesn't.